It's like I saved the best for last because I am an urban romance girl. Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of All Things Diamond Snow. It's your girl Diamond Snow, and today we are doing our January wrap-ups. I have not filmed a wrap-ups video since last year, like October. So it's been a minute, but I'm so excited to put you guys on to the books that I've read. So for this year, my goal is 50 books. So that's 4 books a month. And I hit my goal. I only read 4 books. And another one of my goals is to diversify my reads. I feel like I'm still a newbie when it comes to reading, and there's so many different authors out there, so many different genres, and I don't want to just stick to where it's comfortable. Hobbies, you're supposed to stretch and grow. So my goal is to, like I said, diversify those genres and artists and authors. So I did a great job this month, so let's dive straight into it. Also, I am doing another hobby. I am crocheting a granny square to represent each book that I read this year. So stay tuned for that video. I'm going to vlog the entire thing, but so far my crocheting journey is going off to an amazing start. Let's jump into it. So the first book that I read this year was The Only One Left. And this book is special because my mom and I joined a book club and we read this book together. This is not my first thriller. I read Frida McFadden's The Housemaid. Didn't really like it. And I read another thriller last year. I'll link it because I don't remember the name. Thrillers, like, I haven't found a good thriller. And this one definitely was not a good one. I enjoyed it. Let me say this. I enjoyed the book after the book club meetup. Just to hear different people's perspective and how they interpreted the book just made me like it a little bit more, but I didn't really like it. I'm trying to see how I'm gonna say this because I don't want to sound negative, but it's just like with thrillers or with certain books and certain authors, I just feel like I shouldn't have to wait to the end of the book for the book to become interesting, and I feel like that's how this book was to me. I feel like I couldn't really grasp a connection with the main character. I felt like the situation that she got herself into, she was expecting too much, and she just wasn't minding her business. So it's like whether you were put in a bad space or whether the truth was whatever the truth was, you didn't mind your business and you were wanting somebody to just... I did not like the book. I did not like the book at all, and I can't even say like any other words. The second book that I read was Lady Tan's Circle of Women, and I've been wanting to read this book so much. This one was historical fiction, and I follow this booktuber, and of course I can't remember her name right now because I'm filming, and that's just how it goes when you're filming, you forget everything. But she's recommended this book in so many of her videos, and I've been wanting to again jump into a different genre, a different author. And I love to learn. I love to escape in a book, but I also love to learn, and I just love, or I enjoy listening to different people's life stories and like how life shaped them the way they are. And I have a huge interest in Chinese medicine, and just that book was amazing. Just being a woman and being able to navigate not just with our mind and what we grew up learning, but just like inside and who we are and like what we bring as natural individuals to the world. I feel like the world tries to put us in a box, and when you're destined for greatness, you just know you're destined for greatness. And that book was just very beautiful, and you know, I really enjoyed reading that book. The third book that I read this year was Brooklyn by Tracy Brown. Now we are going into where my heart is, and that is like the urban fiction, the contemporary literature. This book was pretty good. I gave it like, I don't really do ratings and stars, but like I put it in the middle. I just wanted it to end differently, and it was just hard. Okay, Brooklyn, the main character, had to deal with a lot growing up in the church, and her family was basically very hypocritical, and the times that she did try to speak up for herself, she was silenced, and it just created a certain demeanor that she had to have in order to protect herself. So I feel like when life gives you that, and people in your circle, your family, your siblings expect more of you, it's kind of like, why are you expecting more of me, and it was done to me, and this is my copingism, but you don't expect more for yourselves or the people around? That like really triggered me, and like how, I'm not saying people have to have a pity party for when you go through things, but like, don't expect somebody to, if this is how they choose to handle it, then you have to respect it, especially if you had your hands in the pot of why they are like that. And I just wanted this book to end in a different way, because I did not feel like Brooklyn had to go through everything that she went through. But again, like, that's just me putting my heart into the book and not letting the book do what it's supposed to do. Tracy Brown did an amazing job on this book. There's other books of hers that I definitely want to dive into, and I really kind of enjoyed it, but my heart wouldn't let me really enjoy it because of the ending. The last book that I read for the month of January, it's like I saved the best for last, because I am an urban romance fiction girl. Like, I just started off that way reading, and it just has a chokehold on me, because when the authors author, they author from page 1, okay? And that's why it's hard with the non-urban people writing the book and me really liking it, is because like you wait too long. Like, what is it? Get to it and like keep me hooked the entire time. And that's exactly what Capone did. This is the first book in the series, and I already am on book 2. I read book 1 in 2 days. I really could have finished it in 1 day, but I'm happy that it was 2 days, because that ending took me out, and like I was literally in bed just up. If I would have finished that like during the day, it would have messed up my whole day. So it messed up my sleep, but it didn't mess up my day. That book, that ending, crazy. And it wasn't as like deep and heavy as like a lot of urban romance fictions are. It's like, you don't have to deal with, I was about to say you don't have to deal with trauma, but literally they started the first book with trauma, but like not trauma in a sexualized way. I feel like that's where it gets like, you're losing me. It was, I don't want to say it was just trauma in like, but it was trauma. You know, I'm trying to watch and be considerate. But yeah, anyways, Capone. So I have a love-hate relationship with Capone. I like the way that, you know, if you're his girl, he's going to make sure that you're good. But like, I don't like that aggressive, like, you're gonna listen to me and I'm gonna throw your phone in the sink because you're texting other people. Like, you don't know me, I don't know you. Like, you're trying to make a move on me, allow me to come around and, you know, like you. Don't be that aggressive, hard. Like, that is not attractive. That is honestly, I was gonna say disgusting, but it's not that deep. But anyways, aside from that, like, the book was good, and the main character, I'm so horrible with names, but like, it was getting to a point where it's just like, girl, let him breathe, like the brother. But no, she was right in everything that she said, how she moved and everything, and it's just crazy. It's just crazy. That book is really good, and I'm happy it's a series, because one thing I love to do is dive into a good series. Okay, so I think my reading month was amazing. I expanded as a reader. I tried different genres, different artists, and I say artists because authors are artists. But and I also picked up a new hobby, which is crocheting. So being able to crochet the cover of the book in like a granny square, it's just gonna make me like, it's something about being intentional in your reading journey, and that is something I'm taking part in so much this year. I have a connection to each book that I read so far this year, and I cannot wait to continue the journey. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.